Bonjour, c'est lundi.
Party, party, join us, party, party, join us, party, party, join us, shake your day away and you can party, party!
Oh, I bet it's true.
Party! Randall party it is. Party, party!
The popular meme going around the internets right now is where someone tags you and tells you to tell us 5 interesting things about yourself that we might not know. And I've got this kind of schizophrenic thought broadcasting idea that everyone already knows everything about me whether I want them to or not. So it's kind of hard for me to find 5 things that I think are interesting enough to talk about that I don't know. Anyway, so I finally did. Number 1. When I was a freshman in college, I was an extra in a movie called Lesbian Army of the Undead. It didn't actually go anywhere. I think they stopped production when they were like 3 scenes before the ending. But it was really cool. It was a Troma Team Entertainment production, or non-production. Link over there. Troma's amazing. I thought that was the first time I really got interested in zombies, but it wasn't. The first time was in middle school when my friend Vanitza would visit, and we would spend the entire week of spring break in my room playing Resident Evil nonstop. And that was really cool. But anyway, that was just a side note. Number 2, I have empathy for inanimate objects. It's really lame. Like, if there's 2 towels left in the linen closet, like, I can't just leave one because then he's all by himself. I have to take both and, like, use one on my hair or something. Or I have to justify to myself that, like, really, this towel wants some solitude. I mean, everyone needs some time alone sometimes, right? Right, towel? That's how you feel, right? I don't know. Number 3. In high school, I was Barbie. I don't know if you've ever seen a thing at, like, Toys R Us where, like, you can take your kid to meet Barbie and get their picture taken with Barbie and get an autograph by Barbie. Well, I was Barbie, and that was really cool. I did it at Toys R Us, Target, Walmart, and JCPenney, and it was really, really fun. Little kids are freaking awesome when they adore you. So that was really cool. It was interesting because in kindergarten, instead of writing my long, complicated last name, I would write Becky Barbie, so it's kind of like I predicted it. Number 4. Some little girls, like, start planning their marriage as soon as they can think. Like, they'll have this big idea of, like, how their wedding's gonna be, and they'll have their dress picked out, and they're, like, prepubescent. And, like, some chicks, they're not looking for a boyfriend, they're looking for a husband. And that's cool for them. But I'm totally not, like, I'm the opposite. I never want to get married ever. I feel like if I love someone and they love me, that's enough. And I don't need a big ceremony to prove it to my friends. I don't need a piece of paper to let me know that. I don't need the government to, like, give me the heads up and go ahead and all that to care about someone. I don't need that. You know? And I know that there are reasons, like insurance, or because if someone's in the hospital, you can't see them if you're not married or whatever. And I did that. And I understand that. And I might someday cave in and get married but that just, it seems like a cop-out. Like, if you're getting married for insurance purposes, like, I think Geico could sponsor the wedding, because Geico's got a lot of money and weddings cost a lot, and they're kind of the focus here. So why not? Though, there's one time I almost did. I mentioned my friend Richie in the last video. Well, we had this idea that on June 6th, 2006, we were going to go to Vegas and dress as zombies and get married by the Crypt Keeper and, like, have some till dawn do us part awesomeness and then, like, get annulled the next day. But then we saw the logical reasons why that would not be a good idea, so we didn't, and that's cool. But it was neat. I might get married then if I could do it dressed as a zombie and if the Crypt Keeper could play a large role in the process. But only then. And then, number 5. My favorite thing to do is to drive and listen to music. Like, there's nothing better than a cup of coffee, the open road, blasting stereo, like, 30 minutes before dawn. I love it. I got my car in August of 2007. It's now June of 2008. I've put 20,407 miles on it. It's just my thing. Okay, Julia Katz asked what your favorite cheesecake is. my favorite cheesecake is this awesome like raspberry cheesecake with like chocolate crust. It's really good. As long as they don't try to like sneak gelatin into it, because there's no reason to incorporate dead animals into what is otherwise a ridiculously delicious mound of awesome. And it really sucks when like they do that and they just don't mention that they've got dead animals in their product, and then vegetarians like myself, it's just, it sucks. Anyway, moving on. She also asked, what's the coolest thing in your house? For Camie, that was records. For me, it's actually a room. It's the downstairs bathroom, which I will show you in a moment. Okay, I don't have a camera per se. I have a laptop, so bear with me, it's a little ghetto. But this is the bathroom. It's pretty awesome. It's a little satanic. That's the toilet cover that I painted. It's sparkly. It's a sparkly pentagram. There's also this guy. Yay! And this guy. And this guy. And we've got some demonic hand soap. We've got Satan air effects. We've got a split mender, first aid for your broken soul. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Claire Schaub asked what we would put a piece of our soul into and make a Horcrux if we could. And I'll be honest, I've already put a piece of my soul into something. And it's this guy right here. He would be my Nagini. Except in Neville Longbottom tried to behead him. You can say what you will about like Chuck Norris or Alex Carpenter, the Chuck Norris come lately, and you can try to compare Neville Longbottom to these built up images of heroes, but yeah, Neville would totally go down if you tried to mess with my buddy right here. That would just be it. I'm going to take this opportunity to issue my first official challenge to all Wizrockateers, including myself. That challenge is that I challenge you to never ever do the Soulja Boy dance on camera, ever, ever. And this is my challenge to all Wizrockateers, myself included, past and present. So Chris, that means you, even though you're not one of us anymore. So, check that. I'm gonna start right now. I'm gonna start not doing the Soulja Boy dance on camera right now. See? It's tough, but I manage, and I think you can manage it too. My awesome fact is that I got the EP of the Month Club CDs this week, and they're so amazing and awesome. And if you listen to the Mudbloods EP, the very last song about the war, like, I got to be there when they were recording the very end of that song, because I was hanging out with Scarlett in Austin, and Scarlett was hanging out with the Mudbloods, and we got to go and, like, she and I are actually screaming in the screaming part of it. Like, you can't tell, but I know, and she knows, and that's cool. And that was also really cool because before we went to the studio, we were just, like, hanging out, and we went to this really crappy, like, hippie place that sucked. And so to justify that, we went to get donuts afterwards, and it was this really awesome donut place in downtown Austin that's open 24/7, and we were hanging out in this little parking lot, and this, we're pretty sure he was an undercover cop, came over and he was like trying to solicit us for drugs and prostitution, and it, like, I think it was because she had a white bag with donut holes, and I was like standing there, and I guess to an outsider it looks like we're sharing drugs and prostitution, but we weren't. It was just donut holes, nothing more. But it was a fun story. I miss Scarlett too. Hey Scarlett, if you're watching this,